What is going on, everybody? Zach RC here, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome along to episode number 18 of the F1 2021 Driver Career Series. I've been absolutely loving this series so far. I hope you guys have as well. We're here at the Circuit Paul Ricard for the French Grand Prix, and I'm looking forward to another episode of getting those points for Alpine, hopefully. If you have been enjoying this series so far, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and check out the playlist if you're new around here to get yourself caught up on everything that's been going down. And thank you all so much for the support so far. I really do appreciate it. So without further ado, let's jump right into the race weekend. So here we go then, in the workstation once again, get ready for first practice. Go take a look at the emails like we always do at the start of every new race weekend. One from Ethan for the weekend preview. We're still 14th in the championship and recently lost 6th place to Aston Martin. We've got 2 new upgrades coming in, one on downforce and one on the powertrain. And then, that's one for aerodynamics and one on the powertrain. Weather's looking decent for the race, kind of cloudy, but I reckon we'll be able to work our way through that. And then the development update, we've kind of fallen behind Aston Martin. We're still just about in front of Alfa Romeo, so we want to keep on that. Of course, we've only scored 2 points so far this season, so we want to try and improve on that this weekend. Whether we can or not is beyond me, but we're going to jump right into free practice, the first practice session of the weekend. And as usual, we're going with a quick practice. So I've got race strategy to get going on. Our first task we're going to try is this 9-minute 10 task, 70% chance of success, and we take it. That's our first objective complete. That's one in the bag already. We're going to go for this 13-minute 41, and that's a guaranteed chance of success. We're only going to be able to do a few tasks in this one. Yep, that's all we really can do in this first session. I'm going to try and for this 5-minute 10 one, 25% success, and this is insane. We actually managed to make it there. So that's 3 out of 5 to get things going. Not too bad at all. Practice 2 now, get underway. We've had really good luck there, getting one of the 25% chance of success. We never get those. 100% chance of success though on this 7-minute duration task. That's one done out of the gate right there. We're still around 20 minutes to get out of this one. 8 minutes 20, 70% chance of success. We get another one as well, so that's a very good start. Another 70%. That's a third one in the bag, and that's all we can do. We're trying again for this 4-minute 31, another 25% chance. We've got 2 in a row on the 25% front, and that's really pleasing. We're making those strides now. So that's track acclimatization, 4 out of 5. We get into the last practice session now. Qualifying pace. This is one of the big ones. I'm going to start right off with 7.5 minutes. 100% chance of success. We make it, obviously. And go for this 8-minute one here for a durability upgrade or discount. If we can make it, we failed it though, so we have to try again here. Can we get it this time? Here it comes, and we can. So that's a success, but that's all we can really get out of it. Well, actually, we're gonna try for it. We can't try for it. We've just missed the time, which is annoying. So we have to have a further look here at 4-minute 50, half chance of success. Do we make it? And we do on the track acclimatization front, and that's all 5 practice programs for the first time. We've completed 5 programs in the space of one round of practice sessions, so that's very pleasing. 3 out of 5, 5 out of 5, and 2 out of 5. Not too bad at all. Take a look now at the resource points we get from that session. 400 from us and 600 from our teammate Fernando Alonso. So that's another 1,000 for the bank. And we've got a couple of development boosts that again apply. We've got 5 of them. They're all chassis upgrades by the looks of things. Actually, no, one of them is an aerodynamics upgrade, and we've got one of them is a durability upgrade right there. And we've got these 2, a downforce. Sorry, I keep saying downforce. Aerodynamics upgrade and another chassis upgrade. So not too bad. That's 5 development boost supplies. That should give us a decent discount. And our driver acclaim, we're still closing in on driver acclaim level 6. But yeah, we've got nothing more really to do now. We're going to look again at our rivalry with Lance Stroll. We are still 3 points behind him with 3 rounds left to go in the rivalry. He'll come to an end at Silverstone, I believe. So hopefully we'll be able to get the edge on him by that point. We're not going to do any upgrades for now. We'll just get going with the race, and hopefully it'll be a really enjoyable one.
Welcome along then to France, host of the world-famous Tour de France. But we're not talking 2 wheels today, we're talking 4, in a country widely thought of as giving birth to the art of motor racing back in the late 1800s. We've come a long way since then, and you're about to find out how far. It's time for the French Grand Prix. Mastering a lap of Paul Ricard means getting to know 15 corners, 6 left and 9 right, for an overall lap distance of 3.6 miles. The 2 halves of the long Mistral Straight are separated by a heavy braking zone into a potential overtaking hotspot at the Chicane Nord. And watch out for the drivers running onto the distinctive coloured stripes, which are low in grip and highly abrasive. Anthony Davidson also joins me in the commentary box today. Now, can I get your take on Max Verstappen? That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Perez, Lando Norris and Leclerc, Ricciardo, Gasly, Fernando Alonso and Yuki Tsunoda, Vettel, Stroll, Kimi Raikkonen and Giovinazzi, Russell, Cohen, Mick Schumacher and Carlos Sainz, Latifi and Nikita Mazepin. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
This is our engine supplier's home Grand Prix. Let's give them a race worth watching.
And give them a race worth watching we will. So here we are now on the grid for the French Grand Prix, our engine supplier's home race, because Renault are our supplier. So we're hoping to do them proud in today's race. We're going to have a look at the strategy here. We're going to start on medium tyres, go on them for 7 laps for pitting at the end of lap 7 for a set of soft tyres. We're going to lower the fuel in the car a bit. We're only doing 13 laps, so I'm going to set down to 14.5 laps. That should do us nicely as we get ready now for the start of the French Grand Prix from P16 on the grid. It definitely wasn't the best of qualifying, but we have to make up for it. But we're underway now, so here we go. The race begins, and Schumacher got a very good start down the left-hand side, as did Latifi, and Sainz has gone past as well, leaving only Nikita Mazepin behind us. As we dive in at turn 1, Schumacher locks up in front of us. We've very nearly tried to go to the inside of Stroll with that may have been a legal overtake if we tried to pull it off. There's a bit of contact with Schumacher there, so I think he's screwing out. He's thrown the hand up in frustration there, so that's kind of our fault. I'm not sure if we turned him on him or not. Stroll's gone way deep into the corner. We've managed to make our way past him, and that's a good start. We've got one up against our rival. Going to pull to the inside. Giovinazzi in the Alfa Romeo now. Another move complete. That's a couple places up now. We're now P13, so not too bad a start at all. We're going to start chasing down Sebastian Vettel and Kimi Raikkonen in front of us. Will Stroll or Giovinazzi get close enough to have a run at us? Going down this straight, one of the longest straights on the circuit. Stroll's closing in. Will he make a move? There he goes out to the left-hand side. We've got a bit onto the curve a bit there. Stroll moves back into lines. The Canadian's still staying behind us here. Through the corner we come and back out onto the next straight. So here we go now. Stroll's going to be right behind us this time. There he goes out to the right-hand side. He's got easy move from there. He breezes past us. And that's very unfortunate for us. That's us down a place, down into P14. So we're still definitely got work to do in this race here as we come through the right-hander. Gone a bit wide off our line there, and that's going to allow a space for Giovinazzi to try and move inside. We're going to force him out a bit there, so he has to duck back in behind us. And we're going to try and close that gap and Stroll a bit more. But it looks like he's pulling away with us as we hit the apex, hit the curb head there, and that gets the sign that's all out of shape. But regardless, we're still pushing forward here. Trying to close on Stroll. Giovinazzi's right behind us, and he's got Latifi for company right behind him. So we could be under a lot of threat down this home straight. Come through to complete the first lap of this race. We're currently running in P14, so a decent start based on position gained. There goes Giovinazzi now on the left-hand side. He's going to put us down another place there. I think there was a bit of contact, and we've managed to find our way back past Giovinazzi regardless. He's still going to be chasing us though going down this next straight, but we've managed to get away from him for the time being. Pushing on now towards the end of, we're nearing the end of sector 2.
Okay,
down the straight we come. Giovinazzi's there. Will he try and make a move? It looked like on the mirrors he was trying to go to the left hand side, but I don't see why he's trying to do that. We're in a bit in the middle there. We've gone way wide, and that's going to allow Giovinazzi to pull off a very nice move, ducking on the inside and steal the place. There's a bit of contact there. We've hit his side pod, but he's managed to get away from us just like that. One thing we have to do is make sure he doesn't get away like Lance Stroll did. We've still got Latifi and Russell running just behind us. We've got to be careful for those two as well. So it's definitely going to be a very entertaining battle between us, Giovinazzi, and potentially the two Williams cars. As we push further on now to midway through lap 4, the DRS is now open, and we're now going to have a decent run at Giovinazzi if we can. Here we go now, down the DRS straight, open up the rear wing. So we can now chase now towards Giovinazzi as Sainz makes his way around Latifi for P16. We're not close enough yet to close in or even make a move on Gio, so we've still got some serious work to do here in order for us to move up. But because he pulls away, he gets such a good exit compared to us, and we just can't really stay with him here. We're definitely still close enough to stay in DRS range, so we'll be alright in that for the time being. Back down the home straight now towards the end of lap 5 and the start of lap 6 now. of this French Grand Prix. We'll be pitting it on the next lap, so obviously wary for that. Make sure we pass Giovinazzi, try and pass Giovinazzi before then. We're still closing in on that. We had the DRS down the home straight, but it didn't really do much for us. We're now up into P9. People are pitting in front of us. Still closing on Giovinazzi here. Can we try and go for a move? Now would not be the best time. Bit of contact there. I think we might have rubbed the back of his car a bit. No damage on our end. We're on the inside. We're trying to make a move. There's a bit of contact. We touch wheels, and there we go on the inside, and that puts us up into P8, but only briefly, because I reckon Giovinazzi going to have a very good chance on us with the DRS, and he's got Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari company behind him. This could go very badly on our end. There we go. Both of them with the DRS. We're going to defend from Giovinazzi, because in reality, Sainz is probably trying to find his way past us quick enough. Giovinazzi's found his way through as well. We've let both of them through. We've got a warning for a collision with the Italian. Sainz backs out. So it's still us and Gio once again. We're back to chase again for P8. So moving further on now towards the around the start of lap 7. We're once again to the inside of Giovinazzi, same as we were on the last lap. Almost the same bit of contact, but Giovinazzi moves away. I guess he's getting a bit more wary now of what we did to him last time. So we're now up into P2 because a lot more people decided to pit.
That's P2.
Of course, we started to take our one and only pit stop of the race, but it's definitely not over yet because Gio can have a decent run of DRS on us. He's still half a second behind. He's got Max Verstappen for company behind him, so this one could be very tense. Gotta let Verstappen go. We're still going to defend from Gio. We've backed out a bit. We had to brake super early going into the corner. We went way deep, and then that's allowed Giovinazzi to go through and reclaim P3. And well, Verstappen gets away with it. I expected him to. But yeah, so we've still got serious work to do. We're still trying to catch Giovinazzi. We're trying this for the whole race. We've got a race-long battle with him so far, but hopefully we'll be able to come past him here in the pits as we go into the pit lane. I was coming very close to hitting Giovinazzi as we came in. Of course, I have the pit assist on just to keep things easier because I'll be getting penalties galore if I had it on. Sorry, if I had it off, I'll be getting loads of penalties. Regardless, we're now in the pit lane. Into the pit box we come. We're going to need a decent stop here to get on these soft tyres and beat Giovinazzi out of the pits. I don't reckon we've got a very good chance of it. Come out of the pits though. I'm not sure what happened with Giovinazzi. He's kind of slow on his stop. We managed to come out just in front of the Italian. So pit stops have paid off. Well done, Alpine team. We've managed to push past him now. We're up into P14. Make that P15. Now P16. Because there goes Sainz and Russell past us. And there goes Latifi as well. Just as we're rejoining. That could have gone way worse than it actually did. We're chasing Latifi now down the straight. We're going to try and pull to the right-hand side. There we go. We're on the inside, but can we get there? We're going to have room go into the right-hander, so he's going to have to let us go. And there we go now, up into P16. And the car already feels a whole lot faster with these soft tyres on. So hopefully that should be able to help us towards the end of this race. And we're chasing Russell now down the straight with the DRS. We're going to have the DRS when we come around here. So here we go, now the rear wing opens up once again. We're closing now on the Brit as he comes down this next straight and in towards the left-hander. It's going to be very tight. Will we make a move on Russell? Will we get close enough? We're not close enough to go to the inside. We're going to try and go around the outside here, and this has paid off. There we go. Russell got on the curb way too much, and we've managed to find our way through here. We've passed George Russell, and that puts us now up into P15 once again, leaving us to now try and chase Carlos Sainz and Lance Stroll. Crucially, Stroll's still in front of us. We've got serious work to do here. We've got around 5 laps to close him down, but there goes Russell at the inside. We're going to try and hold him off there. There we go, around the outside once again. Russell falls away, so we did then try and chase down Sainz and Stroll, but unfortunately we couldn't quite get there at the end of the race. We're going to skip ahead now to the final lap because that's pretty much all she wrote for this race. The thing that happened with Russell was pretty much the last thing that went down for us because Giovinazzi is still 3 seconds behind. All in all, it hasn't been the best of races for us. I honestly expected that we'd make our way up the order a bit more, but the Alpine car hasn't been as strong as I hoped it would be, especially at the start of the season. It may have something to do with the worn engine components that we've been seeing throughout the entire race. But regardless, we're coming through the last couple of corners now. Verstappen's won the race. That should help him extend his lead in the Drivers' Championship. Through the final corner now to take P15 at our team's home Grand Prix. I can tell they definitely would have wanted some better results. So a bit disappointed with this one, but regardless, over the line, we've managed to finish the race, and that is what counts sometimes.
That's the
So
end of the race.
overall,
We'll see you in Park
not
Fermé.
too bad, but I definitely expected more. It's frustrating when that does happen sometimes, but that's Formula 1 for you. Sainz gets driver of the day, so not too bad on his front. So there we have it. Red Bull have won the race. Christian Horner obviously very pleased. They've driven a good race up front. Of course, we had a minor scrap with Verstappen earlier on in the race, I think on lap 7. But he is the race winner, and very good drive from him. Obviously, we didn't see much of it, but I can tell the Red Bull team must be very pleased with that performance. They've done a very good job here today. There we are on the podium then. So Verstappen wins from Valtteri Bottas and then Sergio Perez. Definitely 3 deserving drivers up on the podium come the end of the Grand Prix. In our case, the race was a bit boring. This definitely wasn't the most exciting race. I hope you did enjoy it regardless. So Verstappen wins, Bottas and Perez, Hamilton in 4th, Daniel Ricciardo 5th, Charles Leclerc 6th, Pierre Gasly 7th, Yuki Tsunoda in 8th place, Fernando Alonso, our teammate, gets 2 more points. That puts him in 9th place, and Kimi Raikkonen takes the final point for Alfa Romeo. We had a decent time battling his teammate, but we came out on top in that regard, but no points on offer. So Verstappen still leads in the Drivers' Championship by 12 points to his teammate Perez. Alonso gets past Vettel. He now has 5 points to his name. We only have 2, but that is just about enough for us to take P6 back in the Constructors' Championship over Aston Martin by just 1 point for now. We're going to want to try and get some more points in order for us to close down a bit more on AlphaTauri, who of course are running 5th on 30 points, and that'll be our target to try and hit for the season.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it.
That was a close finish. How are things between the two of you?
How do you feel this season is going for you? Is the car competitive?
Do you have any comments about the collisions?
Appreciate your time.
Looking now at our rivalry with Lance Stroll, both of us got 3 points from this one, so we're still 3 points behind with 2 more rounds left to go in this thing, so it's going to be very tight, and we're now up to level 6 on the driver acclaim front, so that's one of the few positives to take from this weekend. But regardless, I enjoyed that race. I always enjoy making these episodes. I hope you enjoy watching them. So we've got 2.4k resource points to spend. That's an awful lot. So we have to figure out what to do with those. Of course, we're going to have to change out some of those vehicle components because they have excessive wear, like I says, in the corner. So regardless, pushing further on now to the into the other menus, have a look at what we've got going on here. So first of all, we're going to change out these engine components. That just needs to be done because this car is hard enough to drive even without the worn engine components. Honestly, forgotten what it's like to drive a car with 0% on it. We're just given the fact we haven't really had that since Bahrain. But obviously, we had a few good races with the stuff in the car, but this stuff can only go so far. We can have a look around at the R&D now, see what we can get out of it. Of course, we've got a few discounts to use, but a lot of these upgrades were only getting us like 2k. They're all worth 2k, so we had to go with an upgrade. So we're going to go for the cheapest one here, an undernose turning vane upgrade on the aerodynamics. So there we've got 3 upgrades that are getting ready to come over the course of July, and hopefully they'll be able to do us a bit more good in the development race between us, AlphaTauri, and Aston Martin, and
I know
of
we were
course
expecting some new developments to come through, but some of them have failed quality control. We'll need to tell a team what to redevelop via the R&D screen.
Well, that's extremely frustrating for us there. We've had a failed upgrade, so we have to do something about that. But having looked at it on the screen here, we'll realise that we don't actually have enough resource points to actually make the upgrade, which is enough resource points to repair it. We don't know how many it actually is, so we'll have to work on that next weekend. It's 1,000 we got to get to repair it, but that'll be key to our next episode, which I hope you guys do tune in for. If you did enjoy this one, then make sure to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. Share it around with everyone you know who may like F1. And yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this one. If you're new around here, like I said, get subscribed. And with that, I shall see you in the next video of mine. So I'll see you later. Have a good day, guys, and I shall get back to you soon. Goodbye.